I'm David Ferris, President and CEO of the Rocky Mount Area Chamber of Commerce. And I tell you what, we're getting the new year 2024 off with a bang. We've had multiple ribbon cuttings, but this is absolutely over the top, Nicole. I'm with Nicole Lucas and her team at the new site, the new home for Self-Help Credit Union in Rocky Mount at 3613 31. Sunset Avenue, which for people like me, it's near the Harris Teeter. It's in that area. So, folks, don't worry about putting in your GPS. Just come out like you're going to Harris Teeter. But anyway, we're delighted to be here. Y'all have done a wonderful job. It's a great facility. I got to visit it about a month or so ago, I think. But in just a minute, we're going to have some conversation about what your mission is. Mm-hmm. But before we do that, we have a special guest here today, the mayor of Rocky Mount, Mr. Sandy Robertson, and he has a special presentation to make on behalf of the city to you and your colleagues. Mayor?
All right, it is my esteemed privilege and honor to be able to present to you on the occasion of this ribbon cutting today, this new location for Self-Help Credit Union, this plaque commemorating from the city of Rocky Mount, this grand event. I just want to say thank you very much for the mission. You guys live it, creating economic power and helping preserve that for all people in our community with an emphasis in rural areas and in communities of color in particular. And I tell you what, that's a noble thing, and I want to thank you for what you do and making it happen every single day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Behind us, I love that, creating and protecting ownership and economic opportunity for all. You visited my office several weeks ago and dropped off a packet that had homes in it that Self-Help was building and going to finance, and it's in areas that need that assistance. And of course, it's designed for to help create wealth. And that's one of the things I personally think that differentiate Self-Help Credit Union from other lending institutions. It's your mission. And I want you to talk to us for a moment about that.
Actually, the properties is not done by me, it's done by Aspen, but the areas that we have is basically for affordable housing. So for people that, struggle with home ownership with other banks, we'll look at things a little different and provide financial coach and be able to get those in those homes.
And I looked at some of the homes and they really look nice. But the key here is you're helping people who might not be able to get traditional financing. And we're not talking about 29% interest rates here either. Any of us can get that. But you're working with people to create wealth in an underserved market. And I think that's so commendable, and it's really needed, in particular in Eastern North Carolina, so we thank you. And I know you have some other remarks, or you might want to introduce some of your team members. So if you want me to hold that, I'll take that away and give you the microphone.
All right. Well, good afternoon. Thank everyone for coming today. We have maybe like a 10-minute speech where I'm going to tell you a little bit about Self-Help Credit Union. So I want to pass it off to my manager, and he's going to talk a little bit about the history of Self-Help Credit Union.
All right. Good evening, everybody, and good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm going to have to take my rag out real quick and wipe my sweat. It's a little muggy in here. However, but thank you for joining us, and like I said, we're going to introduce you to our team, just explain a little bit more about what we do, and we promise you'll be able to eat and have a good lunch. But who we are, Self-Help, we've been in the Rocky Mount community for years, but around about 7 to 8 years ago, what we did, we wanted to make sure that we touched the community in a way where we could live out our mission. And one thing about our mission is this, we understand that in order to create that economic ownership, to create that ownership and economic opportunity for all, it has to start with just the basic necessities like fair banking accounts, just understanding of what it takes to get approved for a home. But the thing about it is you can get someone in a home, but can you get someone to be sustainable in that home? So we try to have a suite of products and services that kind of builds up the community, no matter where you are on your financial journey, to kind of help you, to support you in that sustainability. So I'm gonna pass it on to the leader of the team here in Rocky Mount, and what she's gonna do, she's gonna tell you a little bit more about what we do.
All right, thank you. So before I talk a little bit about what self-help does, I do want to take this time and introduce my team. We have Miss Catrice Johnson. Catrice is the member service representative, and she's the financial coach here. We have Miss Sharona Drury. Sharona is the mortgage officer here. And April Poach. April Poach is the member service representative, and she covers the Northeastern region. Just a little bit about self-help. Self-help, with us, we are community development credit union. So as long as you live, work, or worship in the area, you can open up an account with us. We have your traditional checking and savings account, $5 to open the account. We also have the interest-bearing accounts like CDs, money markets, IRAs, and we have very competitive rates when it comes to that as well. One thing that makes us a little different from some of the other banks is the way we look at our lending. You kind of just mentioned that. We can possibly do a loan with a credit score of 550. There's other things that we have to look at to kind of see if they qualify, but the minimum credit score is 550. Another thing that we can do is if they have no score. If they have no score, we can use something that's called alternate credit. With the alternate credit, if you have something that does not report to the credit report, like utility bill, phone bill, we can actually use that for payment history. Another product that I like that our members take advantage of that. Some of the members that we have, may have some challenging credit and they just need some assistance to building their credit. So we have something that's called the Credit Builder Loan. And how that works is you can do it as low as $500. We will give you those funds, place them in a savings account with Self-Help Credit Union. We'll place a hold on that. But once that loan is paid in full, we release that hold and that money becomes theirs. And not only they build their credit, they also build their savings as well. Last but not least, I want to talk about our financial coaching program. That's something that we're very passionate about. So with the financial coaching program, if someone just needs some assistance with helping achieve their goal, or if they come in there and speak with Ms. Ron or speak with me, want to apply for a mortgage or a car loan, and they're quite not ready, we don't like to tell our members no. We just like to tell them, not right now. So what we'll do is we'll refer them to Catrice Johnson, and Catrice will help them achieve their goal. All right, so I'm going to pass it off to her now and let her kind of tell you a little more about that.
Sure. So one of the benefits for our membership at Self-Help Credit Union is our free financial coaching program. And what we do with our coaching program is we help members to identify what their goals are. So if your goal is home ownership, if it's to buy a new auto, if it's to save, if you are just starting out and you don't have a credit score, as Nicole mentioned, we do have a credit builder product. We have members that have actually obtained the credit builder loan and went from an invisible score or a no score, and we have members that are above 700 at this point. So I'm really passionate about our financial coaching program because I see the growth in our members, and I've seen many of them achieve their financial goals. But we do have the credit builder. If you have had challenges with your credit, we also can take a look and see what's on your score and what's on your credit report. And then we come up with an action plan on how you can get back on track, whether it's late payments and scheduling like auto bill pay. That's a way to help you make on-time payments. We also cover savings. So if your goal is to save, we suggest like a direct deposit because that's an easy way to save. Also saving an individual retirement account, money market accounts, which are higher interest bearing accounts, as well as CDs. So there are a lot of options for saving. Debt, we cover debt management, so we can do your monthly debt and expense to see what you're bringing in and what you're paying out. And so we sit down and we come up with a savings plan and a spending plan to help you to balance your spending and your expense and your spending. The auto, we do have a first-time auto program. So come back and see us so we can tell you more about that. But we have auto loans, so first time auto, or if you've already had an auto loan, we can assist with that. And again, if you're not quite ready for our loan products or even products elsewhere, the great thing about the financial coaching program is that we assist in achieving those goals. I'm with you every step of the way, cheering you on and giving you tips, and just following up, because sometimes we need accountability. And so just holding you accountable throughout our coaching sessions and tracking like what action steps you've taken and just helping you throughout the process. Sometimes we can be overwhelmed with like our financial goals and with finances, period. So having someone that can sit with you and like help you kind of map out a plan and also keeping you accountable, that's the great thing about our coaching program. And last but not least is the home ownership piece, which with home ownership, Ms. Ron can tell you more about the actual process, but one of the advantages to the coaching program is that before you apply, I can do a soft pull on your credit report. We can look to see what challenges you have, the things you might need to address before you even get to the process, the application process or the pre-approval process. So those are just some of the things that we help with. But like I said, whatever your financial goal is, really just schedule an appointment with me. If you know someone that can benefit from Self-Help Credit Union and the coaching program, just send them our way. We'll be happy to help. And Ms. Ron is going to tell you more about our home ownership program.
Good evening. I'm Sharon Gerald, mortgage loan officer here at Self-Help, and just want to take a few minutes to tell you some of the things that are unique about our mortgage product. Anyone with a Social Security card can apply to anyone with a Social Security card, let me stop, I'm trying to be professional. Let me just be me. Anyone with a Social Security card can apply for a loan. Anyone with the tax identification number can apply for a loan with 5% down. Our credit score is 580. You can actually qualify with no credit score at all with alternative credit, as Ms. Nicole said. Our debt ratio is 50%. We have some 100% financing programs. We offer, with the student loans on your credit report, I don't know if you know, but if you have student loans on your credit report and they're deferred, we have to calculate a payment for those. That will eat your debt ratio up. So at Self-Help, if you are in a repayment plan, we are allowed to accept your payment in lieu of what I calculate. True story, we had someone that had over $100,000 in student loans. My payment was $1,000 that I calculated. They got into a repayment plan. That $1,000 payment, based on what she was able to pay through the income-driven repayment plan, was $100. We were able to get her in a home. So if you know people that have student loans, please tell them to come see us, because we are able to look at another source to help them get qualified. Bankruptcies, there's a 1-year wait after filing a Chapter 7 or 13 with established credit. We offer, all our interest rates are fixed. And we do have down payment assistance funds. They'll hit sometime in February. So to the realtors in the room, these funds come in for first-time home buyers. They qualify based on household income in the area in which they're living. And if they qualify, they could get $12,500. If they're a community partner, which means if they work for a hospital, police department, something in the community, they could qualify for $15,000. This money is forgiven after 5 years, no payments. You stay in the house 5 years, you're done. So our funds that we offer here, they stay in the house. We don't let those funds go out. We can't send them out. However, if there are any organizations that are offering other down payment assistance, like for instance, and I don't know if they have it, so if anybody's interested, you might want to check. Housing Authority had $25,000 down payment assistance funds. So if they have not depleted those funds, if you qualify for them and you qualify for me at being a community partner, you can bring your $25,000 over here, layer it with my 15, because I can layer as many accounts or funds that you get for down payment assistance, and you're looking at $40,000 to help you buy a house. Super unheard of. I mean, that's just a great tool. We also have a program called SAFE, and where Mr. Adrian was talking about who we are and what we do, and having sound borrowers. What we do here at Self-Help is if you volunteer to participate in this program based on financing, to put $25 a month on an automatic deposit into a savings account, and you're purchasing a home at closing, Self-Help would deposit $2,000 in your account for this program we call SAFE, which is a savings account for emergencies. So not only what we're doing is financing housing, but we're also trying to set our buyers up to be sound, to not be so insecure when things come up. They already have this plan. So and they told me I couldn't talk too long, but what I want to say is, if you know anybody looking, if you know anybody that think they might want to see where they stand, they can come see me. If they're not ready, as Ms. Nicole said, we say not now. We'll trickle them back to Ms. Catrice. She can help with financial coaching. We have the great product of having her. She can help you figure out how to save money for it if you need down payment. If you don't have enough credit, you can go back over to Ms. Nicole, where we had this credit builder loan. True story. I have actually seen people do some of the loans that we have and actually get financing that started with no credit at all. They come back, they go through whatever the process is, and we can get them to a home. So if I would have to sum up Self-Help, because I've seen the programs that we've grown into to help people get into homes, is that we not only say our mission, we do our mission. Thank you.
Well, I just dropped the mic after that. Good job, Ron. Good job. So, in closing, if you want to help us make an impact in this community, we need deposits. Savings account, you want to take advantage of our interest-bearing accounts, we need your help.